So.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Your master component is the one with the diamond symbol in 4 parts, not our empty ones. Those are instances, just one more complication. We can create variants, again, multiple ways. You can right click and look for component drop down list, main component, add variant. So right click and you can find that. Also, there is an add variant button right here. So we click add variant. Now see we have 2 of them. But they're in the same bake. So put a variant on our master component. So first style is an arrow style. Arrow going back, arrow going forward. Let's make this our first variant. And I can name it right here. And say buttons slash arrow. Arrow 1. And then we just want to start styling things up. So I don't do the same as me. I have added these extra lines here. I'm just going to remove them. Just selecting these lines with the select tool here. I have them all selected. You can see I'm using the whole shape. I can just delete. Remove those. As for style, we have shading. So we'll try to replicate that with some internal shadows. Now add an effect. And instead of drop shadow, I'm going to pick inner shadow.
Também não passou no último trabalho. Vocês também de todos, matemática,
You have a variant?
How it doesn't make like 2
So,
components.
So you select your main,
Yeah.
and then you can right click and go to main component, add variant. Or there's a button right up here for the same thing, add variant.
All right. Got it.
And then once you have a variant, it's just the same as designing. We're just adding stuff to it. So far I've added one effect. An inner shadow. And I'm double clicking to make sure, like we were talking about before, I have the object selected and not the container, the frame container.
Right.
You can see it's darker on the bottom, lighter on the top, and I have these little circles here as decorations. Let's have all of those. So, same thing for having brightness on the top. I'll add another inner shadow. In this case, I said minus 16 for on the bottom. The y-axis is our vertical. So y of minus 16 means I'm pushing that 16 pixels up. And then for the shine on the top, we'll do another inner shadow, but we'll have a lighter color, white. So again, I'm going to add another inner shadow. We'll have the same settings, except instead of a minus, it'll be a plus. Change from drop shadow to inner shadow. Plus 16. I'll put my blur down to 1. And then for color, which is white. Which is white. Let's bring that down to what? 20, 30, 40, 25.
I won't forget.
That's an easy one.
Yeah.
And black's also easy. There.
Yeah.
Black. Ooh, and there we go. 25% opacity on both of these.
É sombra projetada e a sombra interna, né? Do... Vamos fazer não?
Font we're using.
Okay.
I won't use the font for this one. Might be a time saver, but. It's probably easier if I just use the line.
What do you think about this one? Shadow.
Java?
Shadow, the name of the.
I can work with it. You know what? Time saver. Java. Yeah, something. Okay, so I've created a piece of text with the angle bracket. Oh, there we go. You're up. Perfect. Angle bracket. Jura. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to rasterize this as vector. I'm going to convert this to a shape instead of text. Just select it, and we can right-click on this thing. This is something from, if you use Illustrator, outline stroke. It's going to take the stroke value and turn it into a shape.
Symbol is on letter.
The symbol. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm using the font Jura. And then I'm using the angle brackets. And I was using that for this shape here.
Chamou?
Okay, so I'm going to convert this to a shape. Right now it's a text object. You can see that from the layers here. I'm going to use outline stroke on this. So with right click, I can outline the stroke. And then the symbol is going to change from a text object to a shape object. Now a shape. Makes it easier if you want to animate the arrow doing something. Text objects are hard to control. They don't respond well to smart animate. Also, I can now get a proper scale of this 35 4.8. I can center it a lot easier. I'm going to make this gray a little bit darker so the white pops up, the background of the gray. Select my circle. Lower this. And then some tiny little dots, that is just some more ellipses. Double click edit, I can create a little curve shape here.
Ai, que preguiça. Por que será que eu dei errado? Eu tô fazendo pra frente. Mas o seu ficou redondo, não.
Okay, so my final button has 4 elements in it. The round button placeholder, which is the circle we started with. The little arrow shape we created from text. And then these 2 shine pieces on top. Ellipse 1, ellipse 2, these 2 pieces. I'm going to change their color mode in a kind of Photoshop way where you can change layer styles. I'm going to change its fill color with this little drop here. And you're going to use Photoshop, you know these, darken, multiply, color burn, yada yada. I'm going to change it to light. It's just going to make it easier to change this button and not have to recolor the gray spots I put on. So that is with these 2 blobs here. Fill color, blend mode, and light. Yeah, darken, multiply, darken, color burn. I'm going to say light. Once you're happy with your variant, we can go through our design and replace anywhere that has our instance. Because this is the master component, any of these instances can be replaced at any time. So I right click on, here's another variant, or not a variant, an instance, getting confused, my own terms. If I right click on this instance, I can now change the variant there. Let's go to buttons arrow 1. Bam, we've got buttons arrow 1 whenever we need it. So we need it up here. Buttons arrow 1. Right click. I'm sure there's another way of doing this. Actually, I should find it. Okay, I'll find it somewhere. Yeah, right click is the main way. Change variant. Oh, what am I saying? Find it here. So you can right click, or you can just look at its property. And you can see buttons arrow 1 and quickly release files. So our wireframe is our proper blueprint. We can literally go through our wireframe and replace. Our next variant is going to be very, very easy. It's just a color change. And the arrow pointing the other way. So back to our master. And you'll see a little plus add variant below. I've now got a duplicate of my other variant. I just need to make this green, pointing the other way. So rotate. Fill color. Not fill color of this back shape, but the container shape, round button placeholder, the object, I should say. Fill color, let's go to green. Oh, we're done. That was easy. So just flip the arrow around, change it, and because I've made that lighten, and because our shadows are on 25% opacity, that's all we need to do. I just rename the variant buttons, arrows to green.
Tá tudo bem?
Then same thing, we just replace our variant in our main page. Or replace our instance with our variant. I'll go back up the top corner here. Select. And we see property 1. I can go arrow 1. Go arrow 2. Green.
Esse negócio de som.
Even though I've changed the size, oh wait, these are right. If these are 96 and my main variant is 128, it doesn't really matter. It's just going to go to whatever size my instance is. That means in our main component, we can design how we want it to look and worry about the scale of things afterwards. But then, yeah, we get other issues with shadows. Yeah. What? Our next variant, just the number circle. We're going to have to remove a whole bunch of style. We are going to need 2 modes of this, on or off. The next variant. I just click the plus to add a variant. Get rid of my arrow. Get rid of my extra pieces. Remove the inner shadow. Inner shadow. And the fill is back to pardon? A new variant. Yeah. So you just select the master component and you can just There's a button right up here called Add Variant. And then when you have a new variant, you just start making changes, just like design. The fill color is black and white. Okay, so create a text object, set its alignment to center. And its paragraph alignment to center as well, just in case we need to add more, and it will expand from the center around the drawing. Right. So it's a different stroke color. And whatever color you choose for the border, make sure it's the same color for your text. We also want to make the other state of this button as empty, and then when it's selected, we're going to fill the active version of the button. So for that, I'm actually going to affect my master component area. So this framing area, it's not a frame, it's a little shape. It's going to span this out a little bit. grabbing the border. And then I'm going to make a variant of the number one. I'll place it next. To make our change, we just need to make the text white. And the background color of my object, not the frame, right, but the placeholder, the same color as this blue. And I have the color right here, 5D2OD9. 5D2, 0. Okay. Let's name our two states. Buttons. Number off. That would be the one where it's off, unchecked, you could also say. Off. And this one below will be buttons number on. Find D2, 0. I can hear you. 5D2, 0D9. But really, that's unimportant. Okay, so I'll rename the last variant here. Number on. Final step, a little bit of prototype. Let's go to prototype mode. I'm in prototype view. My interactions, I can add interactions on here. I'm actually going to connect using the more dynamic visual noodling thing that I kept away from for so long. I'm going to know that interaction. So you see in prototype mode, we hover close to an element, we can add an interaction or a connection. We're drawing these little wires. I'm going to draw a connection from off to on. interaction be on tap, change to, different from navigate to, buttons number, and then we can change its animation type if there is any animation. Let's do a little dissolve. You can also smart animate. So draw the connection between those two. On tap, change to. I wasn't looking at it, I just happened to be looking this direction, and you turn around like. The same thing the other way, we want to change them back as well, be able to select and deselect. So again, prototype mode, and I'm just going to draw, I'm not clicking this little plus, I'm drawing a noodle, a wire. Noodles, yes. That's what we call them in Blender, with no trim. Connect them back again. Untap, change to. On to off, or off to on. And then we can go through our actual design. And just pick number off. Oh, it doesn't look good. Oh, it hasn't shrunk well. Rescaling problems, the font. Oh. This is why we rasterize.
This is what Illustrator.
Because it can scale the buttons, but it can't scale the font size. The font size is continuous. So ignoring that error, again, that's just something we have to work on a little bit more. Maybe render these. I'm just selecting the frame here. I'm going to make it a flow starting point.
Did you put the direction of the
Yeah.
all for all, not for all?
Yes, exactly that. Both ways. On tap, change to. And it's the same both ways. Change to dissolve. I have a flow starting point here, and I can test our thingy. Oh, what am I testing first? Let me check the device. Oh, we can click things on and click them off. Yeah, we can make changes, and it is smart enough to recognize I can change things about my instances can't change things like shape, but I can change the font size. If I went from 64 to 48, that's slightly more sensitive. I can also change the number itself. We just go through and change these from a size of 64 on the instance, not the master. Yeah, well, it moves because the font is staying the same size, but our item is getting smaller, our object. I can press and the button stays in the right place. It also remembers the font size from button to instance. And we can actually change the numbers to what they should be. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We didn't have to make 6 different button variants just for each number. We can just change the instances and leave the master components as it is. We can add a suffix. That makes things up. Okay, so that is a basic overview of components. We'll get into animation or other things. We're going to look at that next week. The rest of the class to give you the challenge. Change the page.
Recordar, é